Come on back in. It's been about an hour since I talked to you last. You can see there's a lot of blue painter's tape on this. Looks actually kind of cool, right? Here's what the tricky part is with this now. 2 more steps are going to happen. I got to do green next, and then the last step's going to be black. The blue tape is what's going to stay white. So you're almost thinking in reverse when you're doing this. You're like, oh, the white looks cool. This white is about to turn green. Gonna use the Rust-Oleum 2X, just like I did on the primer and the white. Going with just kind of a Kelly neutral kind of green, not a dark green. Green gonna go everywhere. That's my main color. Then, after several coats of that, allowing it to dry, all that good stuff, a couple days, going to peel this away, and it'll be mostly green with the white stripes. Notice the randomness and all that stuff that I did with the painter's tape. Then I'll let it dry and all that good stuff, probably a few more days, then tape it up again, and that's when we'll come back and check it out to then do black. And that'll be my last step of painting. I will then do a clear coat. How'd I do this? The first thing I did was I took the kind of wider tape, maybe about 3/8, ½ inch, and I went around the whole outside. The nice trick with that is, if I start a stripe and I need to stop it, I can break the tape in there and then start a new piece and no one really knows because the seam will be hidden in this white stripe. Other thing I noticed, make sure you're really rubbing down the tape. Because this isn't necessarily flat, because it's got the curves and the indents and all that good stuff, really make sure your tape is pushed down. It will lift up if it wants to. So some of these are holding down tape. All right, so that's something to take care of. Notice also on the front, I taped all my pockets because I want to keep them white. That way, if you ever do need to take the pick guard off and work on the electronics, it's just easier because it's white, whereas a darker color might be tougher to look, which does bring up the point. This is going to have a pick guard, so keep that in mind too. They don't need to waste your time doing a whole lot of crazy stuff over here because it's just going to get covered anyway. You could also end your tape, another trick that I'm about to show you on the back. You could do here where you end your tape underneath the pick guard. Where did I do that? Where my neck plate's going to go. Don't worry about extending it because it's just going to get covered with that neck plate anyway. Other than that, I think I'm pretty good. If I was back at school in the shop, how would I do this? Again, ideally you want to be doing this outside if the weather's good or if you have a spray booth. But having some kind of a piece coming off the neck and it could hold up in a vise and you could paint the whole thing at once. You probably don't have that at home. I don't have that here at my house. So I'm just going to do my best to kind of do the 2 halves again. Doing this, then turning it over. Which again is a nice part of having this stripe along the outside in the middle. Because that'll help kind of do the 2 halves. I don't have to worry about blending in the front and the back quite so much. Told you before, I've never done this before. So we'll see how it looks. Wish me luck. See you in a couple days.